I think the first thing to say is that I've had a fantastic experience with Strictly Savvy, and particularly Briar, who assists me in various things. I found it both reduced my level of stress and anxiety about the various sort of life and professional administrative tasks that block me from doing my best work. But it's also been a massive productivity win for the businesses I've been involved in. So I think it's one of these rare opportunities where your quality of life improves a lot and your capacity to deliver professionally improves a lot as well, in a way that is cost effective for the businesses that are paying for these services. I think that there's a couple of things to say about why this is the case. Part of it is just like the standard to which Strictly Savvy specifically operates. So I've been involved in leading a search for excellent virtual assistants, executive assistants, personal assistants in the United States and the United Kingdom recently. And we've used Strictly Savvy as a benchmark of quality. And basically, we haven't found anyone, and we've looked at many of the largest, most reputable service providers in the world, and we haven't found anyone who meets their standards yet. So I think it's fair to say that they're operating not only at a global standard, but as far as we can tell, well above that. And so we're asking ourselves hard questions about, are we willing to settle for a standard lower than Strictly? So that's a thorough endorsement in my mind. I think in New Zealand, there are some reasons why even very high quality services like Strictly are probably underutilized. At least that's the question that occurs to me, is like, if this is so great, why are heaps of people not doing this? And I think it boils down to hang-ups people can have about hierarchy. Sort of, well, if the boss doesn't have assistant services, then how would an engineer or a domain expert or someone else? And I think this is like a very bad way of looking at the opportunity here. And then I think the other one is questions of sort of like appropriateness of like, well, shouldn't you do your own administrative task X, or shouldn't you manage your own calendar? Seems kind of luxurious to have assistance in those tasks. But I think that if you are able to put those lenses aside and look at it more from the perspective of what makes business sense, what's an effective way to deploy capital to achieve our business goals more quickly and to a higher standard, then a lot of this becomes much clearer. It's become very apparent, particularly in the tight labour market we've had in areas like tech over the last year or two, that people are failing to make as much progress because they can't get that key skill set they need. And I would like to see people be more creative with how do you do more with the limited number of full-time employees that you do have. Can you bring in assistant services, for example, so that they are able to spend a greater proportion of their attention focusing on the problems of your business rather than on administrative tasks that are blocking them professionally or personally from doing that? That's probably what they want to do. People like to do good work. And so I think that being able to take things off their plate so that they can do that is good for the business and it's good for the individual. So I would absolutely encourage people leading and running businesses that might use services like Strictly Savvy to really look at whether this is right for them. It may well be that there's significant value to be delivered both to the business and a improvement in the experience of work available for employees as well. Cheers.